Welcome to the February edition Special Rhode Island Magazine. Hi, I'm Henry Moretti. Join me today are Super Plungers David and John Ricciarelli. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
How did you both each get involved with Special Olympics?
Well, for me, it was pretty easy. Again, I'd been in law enforcement at the academy for 32 years, and I was with the police department before that. And the torch run was always part of our activity to give a little back to the community and get more involved. So for about a part of 35, 38, 39 years, somewhere around there, I was trying to figure it out earlier. We've always been running for Special Olympics. Unfortunately, for my part of it, unlike John, I'm not so good at running anymore. So this is just one more way of being
Your son's
involved.
still a policeman.
Yes, he is.
That's good. David, can you tell me about the Plunge Weekend and where they all are taking place?
Sure, Henry. The Plunge Weekend is going to be the 21st and 22nd of March this year. It's at Salty Brine State Beach in Narragansett, which is a great setting. The plunge, our Super Plunge is just one of 3 plunges. We have the Unified Championship Plunge, which is the school plunges, and that involves special athletes and combined teams. So you've got young high school and middle schoolers all entering the water together on that Saturday. And then we have the torch run that runs the 24 hours, one plunge for every hour, which we're really psyched up about.
I'm impressed how you guys go in the water each hour. That is impressive.
It sounds sometimes that way, but I think we've got a great group of people.
I know.
And it's just a fun 24 hours.
When you can't see at 3 or 4 in the morning, you still go in the water.
That's the challenge. That's
the challenge.
But there's also the Torch Run Challenge, which involves about 200 to 300 dedicated people who have gone and fundraised in their community. A lot of them, and I'm very happy to say, I know John is too, that they're from the law enforcement community, the fire service, and our Department of Corrections. And they come out and they take part in the single plunge, the Torch Run Plunge, on the Sunday. It's the last plunge we do, and we do it all together. And it's so nice to see so many people you know.
That's a great, I come there Sundays, and it's nice, all the people there at Salty
it's a
Brine
huge
Beach.
turnout.
Yeah. I understand that for both of you, this is going to be your second Super Plunge. What motivates and inspires you to plunge?
So a little background with me. I remember my first experience with Special Olympics was probably, and he was probably carrying me most of the time. And I remember him running in the torch run and him putting me on his shoulders for one of the legs and running the entire leg with me on his shoulders. And that kind of is something that carried through me throughout my life, probably helped move me towards law enforcement and the giving back to the community. So when I had an opportunity to help out, as soon as I got on the police department, I started going to the events at Bryant University, handing out medals. Then I was lucky enough to, I had the honor and the privilege to be a member of the Honor Guard for the ceremonies. From there, I started attending the meetings for the torch run, and that was where I had the first, first time I heard about the Super Plunge. And as soon as I heard it, I finished the meeting, I remember calling my dad up and saying, "Hey Dad, I got something I think you're going to be interested. It's called the Super Plunge. It's 1 plunge an hour for 24 hours, and I think it's a cool way to give back to Special Olympics." I didn't even finish the sentence, and he said, "Absolutely, I'm in."
Wow.
And it's just great to be able to give back.
John, what is the most challenging part of Super Plunge? What helps motivate the team?
So it's tough. It's 24 hours, and it's more than 24 hours, because you figure you wake up early in the morning. I have 2 small children, so I'm up early. And you wake up, you get ready, you're psyched up, and then you start your plunges. Once an hour, you get in the water, you change out of your wet bathing suit, try to get in dry clothes, and it starts the cycle.
And they have to go cycle, and then you put, not wet clothes.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You're never really dry.
No, you're never really dry. You're never able to actually, there's no sleeping really at all. So it gets tough, but we've got a great team, just people who are motivated and are there for the right reason and really are passionate about giving back. And I think I would be remiss if I didn't mention our team captain last year, Michael Bullock, who the entire time is quoting different movies. He's yelling out quotes of Caddyshack and Jaws, and it's just you always have a smile on your face when you're around him, and it's just perfect. It's just perfect. So it's a lot of fun.
Are there any events taking place prior to Plunge Weekend to help raise awareness and funds for Special Olympics Rhode Island?
Well, there are numerous fundraisers going on around the state. Many of the super plungers in their communities will have fundraisers. Two of them that are already posted. On February 26th, there's going to be one on Ravenous Brewery, and that's in Cumberland. And there's another at Whaler Brewing Company, and that one is in North Kingstown?
I believe so.
North Kingstown.
February 22nd.
And both of those on the 22nd are posted. It looks like there's going to be also another fundraiser at Free Play in Providence, which is a gaming organization, and Linesiders, which is another brewing company in East Greenwich, is also going to have a fundraiser. Those dates haven't been secured yet, but there will be plenty of opportunities for people to engage and support Special Olympics Rhode Island by going to one of those fundraisers and just meeting some of the athletes, some of the super plungers, obviously, but just meeting a whole bunch of really nice people and having a great time.
That is great. David, if someone is interested in sponsoring one of the super plungers, becoming a sponsor of the event, who should they contact?
Well, Henry, it goes without saying there are a lot of people that support Special Olympics, but there are also a lot of people at Special Olympics who support things like the Super Plunge and the Torch Run Plunge and the school plunges. But in my mind, there's nobody better to reach out to than Tracy Garabedian at Special Olympics. She has been very supportive of us in the Super Plunge. John and I last year was our first year, and although we know many of the law enforcement participants, in fact, I think we knew almost everyone that was on the team.
First giving page too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and Tracy is so good at giving you the information you need and doing so much to get you into that fundraising environment and helping you through it. From the startup of the first giving page to all of the information on hang tags, how to set up fundraisers, how to set up that first giving page, which for us, I hate to say it, Henry, but I'm not really a social media whiz. Thank God for John, because he carried the day on that. But Tracy is the go-to person. And you can reach out to Tracy by going to specialolympicsri.org and hitting her byline, and you'll be able to get information on fundraising. And there are 3 unique opportunities for people, gold, silver, and bronze, at different levels for corporates and businesses that really wish to put their money in a place that really will do a lot of good for our athletes, for our Special Olympians. So those fundraising, that kind of corporate fundraising, is a real big part of this program. We really hope people who see this think about contacting Special Olympics and becoming a sponsor, because we need more sponsors.
I think it's important in Rhode Island that we have over 4,000 athletes and close to 1,500 events put on every year. So these corporations, if they feel that they're able to sponsor this and donate to the cause, we wouldn't be able to do it without their sponsorship. So it really is just so great when they're able to help out. And again, contact Tracy Garabedian, Special Olympics. She'll put you in the right point you in the right direction. She's such a great resource.
Great. John, can you tell me again where and when the Super Plunge Torch Run Plunge Weekend will be again?
Absolutely. March 21st and 22nd, Salty Brine Beach down in Narragansett. We're going to start off with the Unified Plunge, then we're going to kick off the Super Plunge, and we're going to end on the 22nd at noon. We're going to finish up with the Torch Run Law Enforcement Plunge.
Well, we thank both of you for being on the show. Rewarding time. We hope that best luck to both of you in the water 24 hours a day. Thank you.
Thank you, Henry.
We'll be back with more Special Magazine, the exciting messages.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. Hi, I'm Mary Ellen Powers. Joining me now is Rachel Rasnick, who is a Special Olympics Rhode Island athlete and a local artist. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure. How long have you been involved with Special Olympics, and what sports do you participate in?
I started Special Olympics 16 years ago when I was 10 years old. My first sport was track and field, And I also played basketball for a while. Now I do bowling and swim, and I'm on the Wampanoag Warriors.
Oh, very nice. What is one of your favorite memories of being involved with Special Olympics?
One of my favorite memories is going to Seattle to compete with Team Rhode Island for the USA Games in 2018.
Nice. What did you compete in?
I competed in swimming.
Very nice. What were your events?
Backstroke, breaststroke, and the relay.
That's awesome. Must have been such a great experience for you.
Yeah.
Now, besides being an athlete, you also have a great gift as an artist. Can you tell me how you discovered this talent?
One of my favorite I started painting in my program Looking Upwards. The staff realized I was pretty good at painting, and I've just kept doing it. They hired a few really good art teachers to help me with my techniques.
That is awesome. You have some beautiful pieces over here. And I remember you were saying that you made your necklace, too. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
What do you enjoy most about this?
My paintings are mostly of women, animals, landscapes. I use bright colors and paint abstract. My paintings make people happy. I can't paint fast enough for all the people who like my art, so after participating in the small business classes, I started my art business where I mostly sell prints and note cards with images of my paintings.
That's awesome. Now, all athletes have great talents, and not just in our sports. Why is it important to you to have your art in addition to being a Special Olympics Rhode Island athlete?
It is important for me to do my art because I love painting, and I hope to become a well-known artist. And I also started teaching art classes, and I would also like to do parties and paint nights.
Wow. I'd love for you to teach me something. I had like a C average in high school in art, so I feel like you'd be a great teacher.
I've done art in high school. I didn't really like it.
But look at you now. Now, I understand you also make the note cards. Can you explain how that works?
I've made note cards from some of my most popular paintings. I have 2 different sets right now. I have an 8-pack multi-set and a 5-pack of My Mom's Love, which is the elephants right here.
Oh, that's beautiful. Now, what is your personal favorite piece that you make?
I love them all.
You do? Now, where can people purchase some of your artwork?
People can purchase my prints and note cards on my website, rachelrasnick.com, and on my website, and people can purchase my prints and note cards on my website, rachelrasnick.com, and can also follow me on Facebook and Instagram at Rachel Rasnick Art. The prints are museum quality on cotton paper and come in many sizes.
Nice. Now, how much do they typically cost?
All different
prices?
prices.
Okay. What advice would you give to other Special Olympic athletes about setting and achieving our goals with our other talents?
I want to let every Special Olympic athlete know that you can do anything you want if you put your mind to it, especially if you have people to support you like my family helps me with my small business.
That's great. Well, thank you very much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. We'll be right back after these messages.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island Magazine. My name is Michael Bullock, and joining me today for our health segment from CVS Health is Lori Finney, nurse practitioner and senior area manager for Minute Clinic. Welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Lori, tell me about the special offer Minute Clinic has for Special Olympic athlete sports physicals.
Absolutely. So before any Special Olympics athlete participates in a formal practice or competition, they need full medical clearance. So this year, Special Olympics Rhode Island has partnered with CVS to offer a reduced price for the sports physical. It's going to be $49, where it regularly was $69. And these exams are not covered by insurance, so that's a great deal if you choose to take part in the voucher program.
Boy, that sounds like a really good deal for the athletes. Yeah. How does one obtain a sports physical at Minute Clinic?
So anyone can walk into any Minute Clinic in Rhode Island or anywhere across the U.S. and sign in at our easy-to-use sign-in kiosk at the front of the clinic. Or you could go online to the minuteclinic.com website where you can use some of our scheduling tools, and from there you can pick the best time and the best clinic for you that might be your easiest option if you're running against a busy schedule.
Yeah, like most of us do have a busy schedule,
Exactly.
and this definitely helps out with anything that goes on. So, yeah. So, why are sports physicals important?
So they're important for any athlete. Sports physicals really help a provider assess risk or figure out if the athlete or participant is about to accept risk when they're exposed to exercise that could cause further harm or injury or disability.
Yeah, it's definitely important, especially for the safety of all the athletes at Special
Absolutely.
Olympics. Yeah. Is there anything you need to do in advance?
Yes, there are a few things that you need to do that are really helpful. So the first is to obtain a history form from your local Special Olympics office. It looks like this here. Some of you might have seen these. And then when you're at the office to get the form, you can also pick up the Minute Clinic voucher, which will help you get the reduced price. So it looks like this with the red around it. When you get home with the form, it's important for the athlete and the parent or guardian to sit together and fill out the history form really as completely as possible. Any past medical history, all medications that you're being taken, any specialists that you're being followed up by at the time, and bring that to the clinic when you're ready to have your physical.
Yeah, it's definitely important, especially when you want to compete in any sport, whether it's summer, winter, or spring. And
Absolutely.
It's definitely important to get all that filled in order to compete.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. What's included in a sports physical for Special Olympic athletes?
So the physical for Special Olympic athletes is the same exact physical that we would give to any athlete who is ready to participate in town, school, recreational sports. It's a head-to-toe exam, and really that's preceded by a review of the history. So that's why it's important to write everything down and to bring the form with you. So the nurse practitioner or physician assistant will sit with the athlete, the parent or guardian, and will review all of the information in the history, talk about it, talk through it, ask what the participation is going to be, which sport we're playing, and from that point, they will do a really thorough physical exam, a lot of concentration on the heart, making sure that the heart is healthy, everything sounds great, as well as an eye exam. We'll review your immunizations. We will check joints and skin, and really follow up on any medical issues that you've had in the past.
Yeah, and it shouldn't take long to do all that, right?
No, about 20 minutes, half hour tops.
Wow. So, you would have to it would take that long to fill everything out in order to compete, right?
Yeah, and that's really why it's helpful to fill out the form at home before you come to make sure it's complete and that no one feels rushed or stressed in the moment. We have a really good history on the athlete.
Yeah, especially if you have a busy schedule ahead of you.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's thorough. So what comes next?
So next, we would spend time really assessing the athlete's ability to perform. Our goal is to get as many athletes out there on the field or the court as possible and to make sure that everyone's really safe while they compete. We will be doing a forum to make sure that the vaccinations are complete, and then if it's appropriate, we may also have the parent or guardian leave the room, and we may ask a couple of questions of the athlete themselves, make sure they feel safe at home, make sure that they don't have any dangers that are happening around them, and stamp and sign their form with full clearance to participate in their sport.
Yeah, and like I said before, the safety of the athlete always comes first.
Always
and
first.
this definitely helps out. What documentation is provided following the exam?
So the provider will complete the form to the best of their ability based on what they see in the exam and the history to clear the athlete to play, if that's possible. They will give the form back to the athlete, which is what they need to then take to Special Olympics and deliver that on the first day of practice or before they participate.
Well, these kinds of tips will definitely help out with athletes for the upcoming, for any sports season. So these are definitely helpful, and I thank you for coming on, and thank you for giving out these tips to these athletes.
Thanks so much. Thanks for having me.
We will be right back after these messages. Hi, welcome to the 44th annual Penguin Plunge here at Roger Wheeler State Beach, and I'm joined now by 2020 Excelsior Joe Burdick. Welcome.
Hi, Mike. How are you?
I'm doing pretty good, and Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year to you.
What do you think of this entire day?
This is a great day. It's a great day for family, friends, and it supports a good cause.
Yeah. How long have you been plunging?
This is my 13th year plunging.
Oh gosh. So what's been the coldest penguin plunge for you?
Probably about 5 years ago, but we did cancel it 2 years ago because it was too cold for everybody to plunge.
Yeah. So what's the importance of this day for you?
The only importance of this whole day is raising money for Special Olympics and the great cause so you guys can continue to compete and be great athletes that you guys are.
Yeah, I'm sure, like you said, every time you jump in that water, you support the great athletes at Special Olympics Rhode Island.
Yes, exactly. The athletes is what counts, and you guys are incredible for what you guys do and the courage that you guys show.
As they always say, going to the water, I mean, it's really important, even though it is really cold.
Yeah, it's not bad though. Once you do it once or twice, it's a piece of cake.
Yeah, they always say like it's much warmer. The water's warmer in January than it is in March.
Yeah, it can be, but I mean, it's not that bad.
Yeah. So what's the yeah? So what advice would you give to others that want to take part in this event?
Raise as much money as possible for this great cause, and then come down and enjoy yourself.
Yeah. And how much did you raise overall?
This year I raised just under $1,300.
Wow! And on behalf of like all the athletes here, I want to thank you for your continued support, and I wish you good luck as you get ready to plunge for the great athletes.
Thank you. We appreciate it, and you guys keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi, what's your name?
I'm Ben.
Nice. Where do you live?
Coventry, Rhode Island.
Oh, nice. If you could describe the plunge in one word, what would it be?
Probably have to be spectacular. It's such an amazing event, and they raise money for such an amazing cause. And I love coming down here. It's so much fun to come down with my family and spend the day at the beach during the winter.
Nice. Well, we greatly appreciate what you're doing for us. Thank you very much.
No problem. Thank you.
Thanks. Good luck today. Hi, how you doing today?
Good, and yourself?
Good, thank you. What's your name?
Chris Legassi.
Nice to meet you. Is this your first time plunging, or have you done this before?
25 years.
Wow, that's incredible. So how do you like the experience?
It's incredible. It's beautiful. Takes all the bad off you.
Nice. Now, if you could describe the plunge in one word, what would it be?
Cool.
But well worth it, right?
Well worth it. It's all for the kids.
Thank you.
Or we wouldn't be coming here.
Absolutely, and the athletes who are kids, adults, we all appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Good luck.
You also.
Thanks.
All right, we're here at the 44th annual Penguin Plunge here at Roger Wheeler State Beach. And joining me now is Dennis DeJesus, the CEO of Special Olympics Rhode Island. Welcome, my friend.
Thank you, Michael. Good morning. Good morning. Happy New Year to everyone out there who's listening to us today.
Yeah, and Happy New Year to you and your family.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so what does this mean to have the Penguin Plunge here?
Just take a look at the crowd today. I'm just blown away by the number of people who came out to support the great athletes of Special Olympics Rhode Island. This is the first day of our fiscal year. We start at 0, and we go all the way to December 31st, and what a great way to start the year in support of our athletes. The plunge will do very, very well, I'm sure.
Yeah. How amazed are you to see such a great turnout like this?
I'm just blown away by it. You know, the sun's out. It's going to be a great day. We're going to hit the water at 12 noon and just enjoy the festivities, and it's all about a commitment to our athletes by all those in attendance.
Yeah, and if you were to describe the plunge, what would it be in one word?
One word. I'm going to use the word inclusive. I'm going to use the word inclusive, which is the foundation of everything that we do at Special Olympics Rhode Island, inclusion. People coming together in support of all those in our program. 4,000 athletes throughout the state of Rhode Island. It's all about inclusion today. And celebration. I'm going to use that word as well, celebration.
Yeah. How many people are you expecting? How many plungers are you expecting from all this?
I think when we look at the registrations and we look at online registrations and the people who are coming in by the minute, I think we're going to top around 800, 900, maybe even 1,000 plungers this year.
Wow, that's just amazing, especially like you said, for the great athletes at Special Olympics Rhode Island.
And this is the largest plunge on New Year's Day in Rhode Island. And so we're just totally thrilled with everyone who is participating today.
Yeah, well, I thank you for coming on and enjoy the plunge.
Thanks, Michael. Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Thank you.
Hi, Tracy. How you doing today?
Good. How are you, Mary Ellen? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Great atmosphere today. How many people do you think we have?
Oh, that's a good question. It's just after 11, and we have a steady stream of cars still coming in. So it's a beautiful day. I'm predicting a pretty good crowd. So I'm going to guess and say maybe 700-800 people, if not more.
That's
it's
amazing.
It's hard to tell.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
How long does it take to plan for this?
It takes a good 6 months. I wish I could give it more time, but probably a good 5-6 months. We have our Penguin Excelsiors and we choose them and we start meeting with them and making decisions, and that usually starts around September or so.
Nice. Now, if you could describe the plunge in one word, what would it be?
Oh my gosh. I think for this plunge, I'd probably have to say history. This is our 44th year, and we started as the Jamestown Penguin Club Penguin Plunge 44 years ago, and we've really tried to stay true to a lot of the traditions that they started. And obviously we've grown and we've had to make changes, but I think maybe a good way to describe it is tradition, history.
Absolutely, and thank you so much for all you do with leading the fundraising events and and how it benefits all of us athletes. We greatly appreciate it all.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that, and it's the reason right here why I do what I do. So thank you.
Amazing event.
Thank you. Yeah, it's amazing. It's one of those things, if you've never seen it, you should really come in, even if you don't plunge. We probably, in addition to the plungers today, we always have a big crowd of spectators. So it's definitely worth seeing. If you've never seen a penguin plunge, I would tell anyone to come on out and just check it out, because it is quite a sight.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Welcome back to Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine. I am Mary Ellen. I want to share with you some upcoming events that we hope you can join us at. Basketball skills competition will be held on Saturday, February 15th at Providence Country State School. The traditional basketball tournament will be held on Saturday, February 22nd at Providence College. Also, the February 22nd, there will be 2 Torch Run Super Plunge fundraising events taking place at the Revenues Brewing Company in Cumberland and Willis Brewing Company in South Kingstown. Our state winter games will be held on Saturday, February 29th at Yago Valley. For more information on these upcoming events, please contact the Special Olympics Rhode Island office at 401-349-4900 or visit our website at SpecialOlympicsRhodeIsland.org. Thank you for joining us. See you next month of another edition of Special Olympics Rhode Island magazine.